Shalom, shalom. I want to start off, of course, giving all honor and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, who will teach you on sound doctrine. Strong shalom to the hopeful elect, and the rest of the large multitude of men, women, and children, who the Lord will have mercy on these last days. Brother HAQADASH, RAWCHAA, coming back with another lesson through the spirit of power, YAHAWASHI. As always, I want to thank YAHAWASHI for blessing me with the spirit to bring out another lesson, man. Lord willing, satisfying. All right, real quick, I just wanted to talk about personal testimonies and spiritual encounters that I had, man. The Lord placed it on me to bring it out, and I had to be careful with not sounding arrogant, but humble. I'm humbly bringing this lesson out because I care about the elect. I care about sealing the elect so the Lord's will can be done. I care about doing the Lord's will to the best of my ability. And I care about the boosting of the brothers and the sisters' faith. So, Lord willing, YAHAWAH, which means Yahweh willing, that this is a faith booster, and that, that this is, like I said, faith booster to those who sometimes fall victim to the flesh of doubt, right? The flesh which brings doubt sometimes. The first testimony I want to mention real quick is and I got two precepts that come to mind. Excuse me. But before I bring those out, the first testimony I want to talk about is when I was 2 years old. See, Jake don't believe until they see. He told the wicked Pharisees, he told them that they was a wicked generation, Yahawashi, because he said this wicked generation requireth a sign. You see, we always want to see, which is why I praise the Lord, because it's beautifully set up. This separates the men from the boys, the women from the young ladies. Okay, this separates really the men from the boys, because now you show true strength through faith. So, even if excuse me, even if the Lord didn't do anything for me that I'm about to reveal, my spirit is still in a position right now to pulling. It's like Yahweh is a magnet, and I'm being pulled towards Him. I still feel that urge, that surge of force of I can't even think of a word to describe it, but I feel it, man. But I say all that to say this. The first testimony, when I was 2, I came encounter with the Lord, man. Now, I didn't come encounter with Yahawah, right? Because the Lord, the scriptures say, no man has seen the Father at any time. But I mean, I don't know, but I'm just going off the scriptures, so that's all we have. But what happened was I was real sick. I can't remember the name. It's worse than hay fever, but apparently, it's deadly, and I had it. Okay, my parents didn't know I was that sick, and I was 2. I had like long ass braids, and I don't remember, because the scriptures say. Because what happened was I died. I ended up dying. The scriptures say that there's no remembrance of former things. So I actually died. So I don't remember the encounter. I don't remember what took place. The story was told to me again when I was around like 16 or 17 years old. All right. And from my mother, and she was crying when she was telling me it, because she thought she failed as a parent when I was 2. But long story short, I died, and what happened was, and I'm telling it from the perspective of it being told to me, of what I told her when I was 2. When I was 2, I just like I do with my children, or with my daughter right now, she know her. We pray, right? She's 2, so I'm gonna teach her the Our Father prayer. At 2 years old, I knew the Our Father prayer. My mother had us in that state, so I was, we prayed that night, and then I died. She didn't think it was that bad. She knew I had a fever, but she didn't know it was like that. So I woke up. My clothes, it was like I got baptized. My clothes was drenched with water, bruh. She said, like, you could basically squeeze my pajamas and water would come out. That's how bad, I don't know, I was sweating. I don't know what you call it, but I went into the hallway and, my mom's a light sleeper. She popped up. They called me, man. I said, man, what's wrong? And then I said, I had a dream. Now, I'm young, so I don't understand. I don't really have clarification. I said I had a dream. She said, a dream? No, I'm 2 years old. What you think? It has to be serious if I'm popping up out of nowhere, coming in the hall telling me I had a dream, right? It can't be about a damn apple or something. So I said I had a dream. She said, a dream? What you mean? You're wet. You're soaked. What happened? My hair all curled up. I said I saw God. I told her I saw God because what I told her was, as I continued the story, I said, yeah, I saw a bright light. I said I saw a light and I saw God. And she dropped down to the floor and she started crying. She's like, wait, what you talking about? Because immediately she's older, so she kind of get an understanding of where I'm coming from. I'm 2. I don't really know. And she said, you saw God. And she woke my father up. And he said, she said, are you listening to this? And she said, man, repeat what you said. I said, I saw a bright light and I saw God and I wanted to go. But he told me, not yet, not yet. He repeated it 2 or 3 times. He said, not yet, go back, not yet. And I told her I wanted to go. That's when she bust out crying even more because she knew that 2 years old, I'm the oldest. I'm 2 years older than my sister, that her firstborn was about to be no longer with her. And I told her I wanted to go. And that she felt some type of way because she felt like I said, she felt as a parent because she didn't know the severity of my sickness. But the Lord told me, not yet, go back, not yet. And I returned to my body. And when I woke up, I was drenched. That's not even the first spiritual encounter that I had. I actually had one when I was just in diapers sitting on the bed and I saw spirits. Okay, they probably was demons, I don't know, but I was laughing. And my mother was like, what are you laughing at? And I said, I see a hat. So I pointed to the hallway and I see a hat, right? I said, well, I didn't say I see a hat. I was 1. So I was like, hat. That's all I could say, hat. And she said, hat. And I said, I shook my head like, yeah. And she started to draw. My mother and my father both can draw too. So she was drawing, like sketching out hats. And she said, what kind of hat? And then she would point to it. And then I would shake my head, no. And then I did my arms. I crossed my arms and like an X. And then she said an X. So then she started putting the X on different spots on the hat. And then she put it in the middle. And then I said, yeah. And then I started laughing again because I told her. She said the hat. I said hat down, like something like that. Talking about it was going down the steps. It was floating down the steps, and I started laughing. Now, these type of things the Lord revealed to us so that we can tell them to people to boost their faith. Because a lot of people don't see certain things and they always wonder, right? So like, for example, this morning, I just saw another chariot. This will be my 4th encounter with a chariot, man. All right. My first encounter was when my senior year in high school, 2012. Okay. And I was was it 3 chariots. 2 of them was on Lee Road. If you're in Cleveland, you know what that is. And then one of them was right above my house, bro. Like, come on now, that's not a coincidence. It was literally right above my house. And it was so high up, but it wasn't. It's like, how you look at the moon, it feel like it look like you can touch the moon because it looked close, but it's not really close. That's how the chariot was, but it was like it was dark, but I can see the details of it from from underneath it. It had 3 lights, and it was shaped in like a pie shape. It was like a triangle, like a chubby triangle, but and it had 3 lights. And I mean by chubby triangle, it wasn't sharp points. It was like bolded, like a bolded triangle, and it had 3 lights, 1 in the front at the tip of the triangle, and 2 in the back. And I remember. And my father called us like, man, everybody stopping. I didn't know what was going on. See if y'all could see it from the sky. So I go outside. Man, I go outside and I see it right above my house. He was looking at 2 only row. I'm looking at 1 above our house. I go to the camera. I go get the camera. I started recording. You know, at the time, I didn't know about these things in the scripture. So I'm thinking it's aliens and UFOs and stuff. So I'm scared. I'm recording it. My mother like, man, get in the house. Remember, she called me, man, get in the house, man, get in the house before they evaporate you. You see how ignorant we are? She said they get in the house before they evaporate me. So I go outside and I got the camcorder pointed up, right? Got the little, but on my mom's house, my parents' house, it's like this little archway above the porch going out the front door. So I had to go underneath it and hold the camera underneath, at an extension, so I could catch the sky, because it was a bunch of trees. And I put it in the sky, bro. I was recording, bro. It was out there for like 45 minutes, bro. Just sitting in the air, bro. Like literally like 45 minutes. And I'm just sitting there recording, going back and forth in the house so it won't get me. You know what I mean? And then out of nowhere, and look, when I knew it was real, because out of nowhere, I started hearing sirens. I started hearing helicopters. You started hearing a whole bunch of shit going on, because they was trying to find the chariots, man. You see? And then what happened was, because they thought, you know, they know what it really is, but some people working in that field probably don't even know. So they thinking in their mind that it might be a terrorist attack. It might be somebody from out of this country. You know, they thinking whatever. So they're trying to find this unidentified object, which is so-called UFO. And that's how you know it was real, because it just sat there and levitated in the sky, man. And then out of nowhere, it started to move. And it started to move to the left of me, right? And it was going past the trees, and then I'm recording it, and it disappeared. It just disappeared. And mind you, if I never would have saw that, I never would have kept looking. And you know what I did? I thought it was more chariots. I saw lights going up in the sky, going fast. No, what I came to find out was those were jets. I counted every single light that I saw, because I was about to, I wanted to tell somebody. I actually wanted to go to the news with it. You know, I was stupid. But, you know, and I told my teacher, she was white. She was like, yeah, you bring the video in, you get extra credit. Do you know, when everything I recorded is not on the video? Only thing that I have captured on the video is me recording the lights coming up, which are the jets. And if I never would have seen that, I never would have knew those jets was out there, because they broke wind. They were going so fast, they broke wind. You never knew they passed over the house. But every single jet flew over our house, and you never heard them flying over us. That's how fast they were going. And the military base, I think it's past Twinsburg in Cleveland. And that from our location, that's a good 25 to 30 minute drive. So they went 35 to 40 minutes in less than 2 minutes or some. I mean, it sounds unrealistic, but that's what happened. And I counted every one of it. It was 100 jets trying to find the chariots of the Lord, man. And they couldn't find them. You see, they couldn't find them. But the video I had of the evidence that I had of it, it disappeared off the clip. I just recently tried to find it last year on the same video camera. I got everything else but that. It's like I never recorded it. You see? And real quick, this is Psalms 68:17. The chariots of Yahawah are 20,000, even thousands of angels. Yahawah is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. So the Lord has many chariots, and in fact, the United States, United Snakes of Divided Snakes of America is the most UFO sightings in the entire world, man, because majority of the tribes dwell here, man. Okay, but that's just one encounter. The second encounter was when me and Brother Mashal was at camp one night. It was a bunch of demons coming at us, man, all night, bro. Demons after demons. one dude came in our face with black shades on and just was trying to, like, in this fighting spirit, just demons. Man, that video still on the channel. I think I called it Demon Day. And I actually showed it where the chariot was behind us. And the chariot was behind us, man. Okay, that was our second encounter where it was just, it kept lighting up. It kept lighting up. It would light up in the same place. It never moved. It would stop a little bit and then it would keep lighting up again. And then the third encounter I had was just a few days ago, shoveling snow. Man, out of nowhere, this chariot flashed a light on me while I was shoveling snow. I was between my house and my neighbor's house. I was shoveling between the driveway between our house from the beginning to the end. That's the space that the light covered. And I thought I swear I thought the neighbors was pointing a laser out their window, but all their lights were off. You know, I mean, they had one light on and all the lights was off, but it couldn't have came from them because it came at a different angle. It came from the right side of me, from my house direction. You see, and I got this circle right here because that color right there, the one I surrounded, is the color of that light. Okay. This is the color of this light that flashed on me. And I thought I was tripping, bro. It lit up the whole area. Now that I think about it, I'm like, dang, was I about to get pulled up? You know what I mean? But then, you know, I was like, oh, snap. I dropped the shovel. I was so confused. It was like I was dazed, man. And I walked back behind the house. But it went away because my neighbor was out there. I mean, my neighbor came out. And then I'm looking in the sky. He looking at me, looking in the sky. And he went back in the house. I'm like, man, all praise to YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. And then this morning, I saw another chariot, bro. I'm going into the truck, and I see this thing in the sky. It's almost like I said in my I said it was like an infinity sign. Okay, it was like a what's a good okay, it was shaped like a damn. It was shaped like damn, what I can't think of. Brass knuckles without the other curves to them. It just had the pinky and and it had just two curves on the end. One on the end, just two curves, just two things to hold the brass knuckles. It was shaped like that, if that makes sense. And it just lit up, bro. Lit up. And I'm like, man, is that a chariot, man? I'm like, man, that's a chariot. And I couldn't put my phone out fast enough because behind my garage is a bunch of trees, you see? And I couldn't do it fast enough. So I'm like, damn. So I get in my truck trying to speed down the street and go around. And then by Valley View is nothing but sky. So I'm just trying to find a chariot. Man, I couldn't find it. So the Lord confirmed it for me that it was a chariot, because just after that, like five minutes after that, to the left of me, I saw a helicopter. And I'm like, I knew it was a chariot, because a helicopter and a plane in broad daylight don't have the whole makeup of it from front to back is not light. You see, a helicopter and a plane has a blinking light on it, so it's identified from other flying objects such as other planes and other helicopters in the sky, and from ground level or whatever. The chariot had no blinking lights on it; it was just light. And the helicopter that I saw, you saw the details of the helicopter, color of it, the blades, and the light blinking on it, in the same distance in the sky. So I was like, all praises YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, immediately, man, because we're closer to our salvation, man. Okay. All right. Another spiritual encounter that I had was when I was younger. I was about 13, 14. My sister had a real bad headache, and I was like, man, I said, I don't know, I was in the spirit or something. I just automatically just put my hand on her head, and I started praying. And then she was healed. You see? And she was like, bro, I don't even have no headache no more. You see? Another encounter that we had was when we was walking to the car. We was waiting for our parents. We got in the truck, and I looked to my right. Out of nowhere, I seen like this big ass gold bird. Okay? Let me see if I can find a picture. This is how it was. I know this don't give justice, but this is basically what I saw. This is necklace, a chain. But this is what I saw going between the house of my neighbor to the right of me and between the neighbor on his, it's like it between it's on the neighbor on my right, and then you have another house. It went between their houses. It just shot down out the tree and went between the house. I was like, oh, what the I wasn't cursing, but I was like, oh snap. I was like, bro, you saw that? She said, I called she said something. I said, hold on. I got out the truck and I was scared as hell. I got out the truck and then I started walking to the to where it was, nothing there. You see what I'm saying? So the Lord shows you different things throughout the time. Like another encounter, I was laying in my bed one night, couldn't sleep. I used to wet the bed a lot. And, I think I probably wet myself. I had a wet dream that night. And, I never wanted nobody to know. So I would go downstairs and throw my stuff in the dryer, washing machine, because I was I was a teenager, 12. I was young. I was 11, But the point is that I looked on my wall. It was like this water. It was like crystal blue water. Let me see. All right. So I couldn't find nothing, but nothing can compare to what I actually saw. All right, this don't even do justice, okay? Because it was living. It was like this type of color, but it had a different shade. It was like a pure light, and it shined on my the hallway outside of my room, and it was big enough to be a portal. You see what I'm saying? On the hallway wall. I was scared as shit. I didn't know the truth. So what did I do? I'm young, so I hid under my covers. You see? It was moving too. And I knew it wasn't nobody because the door downstairs got a glass. And I knew it was nobody put no light in the doorway. Because the door, and I tested it because the door light, not the door light, but the door glass, when you go on the outside and you shine something in the house from the outside into the door, it don't reach upstairs in the hallway. You see, so it wasn't that. And from that point, it's only stairs in the closet door. So that's how I knew it was of the Most High. All right, so just a few faith boosters. I could tell you more. When I got wrongfully accused when I was 16 years old the Edomite cop arrested me. He had nothing on me, so they was fighting. It was somebody got badly beat up. I knew the people that was fighting. We should have left, but the point is that the Lord had me stay for a testimony, and it took me a year to beat that case. And I was always missing school. I got arrested that night. 4 of us, me, my cousin, myself, and two of my dudes that I knew. They put all of us in one cop car, man, with no floor in it. We was all on top of each other, no homo. Sitting on our cuffs, cutting our wrists. He asked me before he put me in the car, he asked me, how old are you? I said, I was 16. He said, you're under curfew, and threw me in the car. Like he had nothing on me. So the Lord gave me a Jake Judge. She was a woman, and she was chewing this nigga out that his face turned red, man. You saying I'm just skipping parts of the story because the details other stuff don't really matter. The point is that the Lord delivered me. It took a year, but I was patient. Then a second time happened when my freshman year at college when I was 19, man. You see, I'd never been to Toledo, and first time I go, they accused me of burglary and entry, man. I'm like, are y'all niggas for real? The cops was already involved with the case before I even showed up on the scene, but y'all still accuse me? Talking about somebody picked me out of everybody I was with. They said they saw me. And and one of my cousins, I was with him the whole time. We never left my sight. So what, you didn't see us? You just saw me? They had a warrant for my arrest. And I got arrested coming from a party in Bowling Green, Ohio. A party that we threw. And I was in jail for 4 days. In one of their hardcore jails. The craziest jails that, matter of fact, in Lucas County, in Toledo, man. The Lord said, my ways wasn't pleasing him, but everybody was at peace, man. I didn't have no trouble in there, man. But the point is that, the case was so crazy. The situation was so crazy. We had to go see a judge on Monday. It was Thursday night or Friday. one of them days, and we went to go see the judge. But to get to the judge, we had to go underground. I feel like slavery. I feel like roots or something. They changed our hands up and changed our feet up to each other, and we had to go underground. It took like 5 to 7 minutes, probably like 10 minutes to walk underground, man, to the judge, to the courtroom. You see, and then we got there, we waited our turn, and we when our case was presented to us, man. So, but do y'all know the reason I'm telling y'all that is because do y'all know before that, or after that, we beat the case. We beat the case, man. And you know why we beat the case? Because a lot of people was in there innocent, man. A lot of people were in jail innocent, serving decades. But why the Lord? Because my belief, man, my faith. Do you know what happened? The lady, right? We went to the dude in Toledo, the cop who put the warrant out for my arrest. We broke everything down to him. I'm like, bro, how can you sit here and say that it was me? I gave you my identification, and you told me the description. I'm not 5'8". He told me the description. That's 3 inches taller than what I am. I'm short. And he said the guy was 5'8" with a basketball hat on. I'm like, dog. No, he didn't say had a hat on. He said he was just 5'8", black male. I'm like, Negro, they didn't say he had a hat on. He said, no. I'm standing in front of you with a hat on. And none of the description you have fit me according to my license that you just took. So fast forward, we go meet the cop, and we go to the courtroom, right? After we met the cop, we had to go to another court date. My mom's, she was praying real heavy. She go to what is it? Hold on real quick. Yeah, so my mom went to the lady, and she was like, okay, she was asking her questions about the court, about what was about to happen, because the cop was supposed to show up and give his testimony. The cop never showed up. The Lord had him confounded. And then the lady started spilling everything to my mother, shit that can get her fired and everybody involved with the situation. And then my mother, she was telling my mother this, and she was telling her that. Then out of nowhere, after they got done with the conversation, she was like, what the heck? I don't even know why I told you that. And my mother was like, I know exactly why you told me that. And then she walked away. Because the Lord had her, he put the spirit on her to tell my mother the things that we needed to know. You see, he was showing himself. He was showing that he was with us, man. He was showing that he was with me, man. So, matter of fact, let me get this real quick. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and 1. Though I speak with tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not charity, it profited me nothing. You see? So the reason why I brought that out is because no matter all these things that the Lord has shown me, and I've encountered, and I've done, whatever, none of it matters if I don't endure to the end. You see, the same shall be saved. Okay, those who endure to the end, the same shall be saved. Okay, if none of it matters, because you got brothers. The scriptures say you got brothers in this truth that's been doing the work for 30 years. But if they fall out the truth, all their work is voided out. It's like they never did it. So I say that to show you that I'm coming from a sincere place. These encounters are for faith boosters. Because a lot of times, Jake sometimes falls victim to doubt in this body. Because the Lord said, though Terry, wait for it. Though these things is seeming like it's long, it's right around the corner. But we dwell in this chains of darkness, so sometimes we fall victim to that darkness, and then we have to get back up. You see? So as a brother, I just give these testimonies, and that I didn't even include all the spiritual dreams that I had, man. You see? Because I believe this was enough, you know. I didn't want to overdo it. So I just pray that this was edifying to the elect. the hopeful elect out there scattered abroad. Uh, and Lord will, you received it, and it boosted your faith, man. That the Lord would deliver you, his men, out of trouble, man. He would deliver his men out of trouble, and he will be with you. He said, "I've ordained you from the beginning." Okay, if he's with you, he's with you, man. He showed you proof of that even from a young child, man. Okay, so I pray that I endure to the end, so that none of his, none of himself, none of all the things he revealed to me was for no reason. You see, I pray that I endure to the end, so those things could be glorified even more when time come. Okay, like again, Brother Kadash, I pray this was edifying. Again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Shalom.